Define ointment. Hello.
Ma'am, अजून एकदा क्वेश्चन सांगा.
Define ointment.
Ointment is the cream applied on the skin. Skin.
Define paste. Define dosage form.
Dosage form is defined as the active ingredients with the excipients which are made for the which are easy to administrate is known as an dosage form.
Define drug.
Drug is the pharmaceutical active ingredient with its therapeutic properties. हॅलो मॅम, माझा आवाज येतोय का?
हा. Define suppository.
No ma'am.
नाही येत.
No.
ठीक. Next, roll number 2.
Yes, ma'am.
व्हिडिओ ऑन करा मॅडम तुमचा. हा. Define gel.
Gels are the semi-solid dosage form consisting of dispersion of small or large molecules in aqueous liquid vehicles by adding gelling agent.
Okay. Define emulsion.
Emulsion is a biphasic liquid dosage form in which the two immiscible liquids are made miscible by adding emulsifying agent.
Define suspension.
Suspension is a biphasic liquid dosage form in which the particle size range 10,000 to 0.1 micron.
This is the definition of suspension.
No. Suspension is a biphasic liquid dosage form in which solid is immiscible in liquid and particle size. What is it, ma'am?
Define elixir.
Elixir is a sweetened hydroalcoholic solution which is used for oral use.
Roll number 3.
Hello, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
त्यांचे वायवा झाले त्यांनी लेफ्ट होऊ शकता आणि तुम्ही असाइनमेंटचे क्वेश्चन सॉरी सिनॉप्सिसचे क्वेश्चन लिहा. Roll number 3.
Yes, ma'am. Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning. Define ointment.
Ointment. Okay. Ma'am, एक मिनट. Ointment.
Define syrup.
Syrup. It is a saturated solution of sugar in which sucrose is about 66.67% according to IP, and according to USP it is 85% weight by volume.
Define dosage form.
Dosage form, when drugs are combined with other inert substances and they are converted into suitable they are converted into suitable administrative form, it is known as dosage form.
Define link touch.
Linctus, it is a highly viscous monophasic liquid solution which is used in the treatment of cough.
Define paste.
Paste, मैम डेफिनेशन उसकी याद नहीं की, सॉरी.
Next, roll number 4.
Yes, ma'am.
Video on ठेवा.
केलं, ma'am.
हाँ. Define dosage form.
When drugs are combined with other inert substances and converted into suitable form, administration, known as the dosage form.
Define suppository.
Suppositories are internal use साठी यूज केला जातो for rectal and vaginal cavity.
Repeat सांगा. काय म्हणतात?
Suppositories are used for rectal or vaginal cavity. Internal use केला जातो.
Definition सांगा. Definition.
मॅम डेफिनेशन आठवत नाही.
Define syrup.
Syrup is a saturated liquid solution sugar containing 66.67% as per IP and weight by weight, and according to USP 85% weight by volume.
Define emulsion.
Two immiscible liquids are made miscible by adding emulsifying agent.
Roll number 5.
Yes, ma'am.
Define paste.
Paste is the semi-solid dosage forms which consist of small or large aqueous liquid vehicle, and which is jelly-like. No. Paste is the semi-solid preparation which contain a large portion of solid portion, and which is stiffer.
Define suspension.
Suspension is the biphasic liquid dosage form in which particle size is between the 0.5 to 5 micron.
Define emulsion.
Emulsion is the biphasic liquid dosage form in which two immiscible liquids are made miscible by adding emulsifying agent.
Give any advantages of solid dosage form.
Solid dosage forms are more stable. It is unpleasant taste and odor is masked by solid dosage forms. Then it is accurate dosage, high precision, lowest variability.
Roll number 6.
Yes, ma'am.
मॅडम तुम्ही दिसत नाही. डिफाईन सपोजिटरी.
Suppository are semi-solid dosage form intended for insertion into body cavity or orifice, rectum, vaginal, and urethra, where they melt or dissolve or exert localized or systemic effect.
Define ointment.
Ointments are a semi-solid preparation intended for external application to the skin or mucosal membrane.
Define elixir.
Elixir are sweetened hydroalcoholic water and alcohol for oral use.
Okay. Roll number 7.
Yes,
Roll
ma'am.
Define cream.
Creams are semi-solid preparations containing one or more medicinal agents dissolved or dispersed in either water in oil emulsion or oil in water emulsion or in other type of water washable base.
Define dosage form.
When drugs are combined with other inert substances and converted into suitable form of administration are known as dosage form.
Define drug.
Drugs are chemical compounds with pharmacological or other direct effect intended for used in diagnosis, treatment, or prevention of disease.
Okay. Roll number 8.
Yes, ma'am.
Define paste.
Paste is a semi-solid liquid, semi-solid dosage form in which containing they are contain. एक मिनट में. Sorry, they are semi-solid dosage form. They are containing larger solid particles than ointment, and they are stiffer.
Define dosage form.
Dosage form in which a substance combined with other inner substance. Other inner substance to convert suitable form of administration to the patient.
Define drug.
Drug is active pharmaceutical ingredients in which are treatment of diagnosis or used to.
Roll number 9.
Yes, ma'am.
Define ointment. Define ointment. तुमचा माइक अनम्यूट करा. माइक अनम्यूट करा. हाँ.
Ointment is solid dosage form used for external.
Define paste. Define drug.
Drug is pharmaceutical drug is pharmaceutical active ingredient.
This is the definition of drug. Define emulsion.
Emulsion is a biphasic liquid dosage form in which two immiscible liquid are miscible by adding emulsifying agent.
Roll number 10.
Yes, ma'am.
Define suppository.
Suppository has solid dosage form which is injected in body cavities such as uterus, vagina, urethra, vagina, and
Define ointment.
oil. Hello.
Ha, bola. Define ointment.
Ointments are semi-solid preparation intent for external application to the skin or mucous membrane.
Define syrup.
Syrup is concentration of sugar, concentration with the solution of sugar, saturated, nearly saturated.
हा. साईट ने सांगा अजून.
No, ma'am. मी बॅक कॅमेरा ओपन करू.
हा.
करू मॅडम बॅक करू. कोण नाही. Hello.
Define creams.
Creams are oily aqueous solution basis.
हा. ठीक आहे. रोल नंबर 11.
Yes, ma'am.
Define emulsion.
Emulsion is a biphasic liquid dosage form in which two immiscible liquid are made miscible by emulsify agent known as emulsion.
Define suspension.
Suspension is biphasic liquid dosage form in which solid practical are suspended within range of 0.5 to 5 in.
Any advantages of liquid dosage form?
Advantages of liquid dosage form.
Any two.
Faster absorption than solid.
Next, another.
It is more comfortable dosage form of all age of group.
Good. Roll number 12. Roll number 12. Roll number 12. 13.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, hello.
हा, तुमचा कॅमेरा ओपन करा.
Hi. Yes, ma'am.
Give any two disadvantages of liquid dosage form. Disadvantages of liquid dosage form.
They are bulky and difficult to transport from one place to another place. Not convenient like other solid dosage form. Hello.
Another. Disadvantages of
difficult to
liquid dosage form.
handle and sometimes microbial contamination occur in that preparation.
Then definition of suppository.
It is a semi-solid dosage form which is used in body cavities, rectally, vaginally, or urethrally, and then it melt or dissolve in that place.
Base used in ointment.
Oleaginous base, miscible bases.
Roll number 12.
Yes,
Roll number
ma'am.
12. व्हिडिओ ओपन करा तुमचा.
मॅम मी लेफ्ट झालं तर चालेल?
13. ओके हा. रोल नंबर 12. Hello. Which are the factors which influence the dermal penetration of drug? Factor which influencing the dermal penetration of drug. Any 2 or 3 factors? Definition of ointment. Definition of drug. ठीक आहे, तुम्हाला येते ते सांगा. काय वाचलंय तुम्ही ते सांगा.
डोसेस फॉर्म वाचलं होतं थोडस.
सांगा काय वाचलंय ते सांगा.
डोसेस फॉर्मचे डेफिनेशन वाचलं होतं.
सांगा.
When drugs are combined with other inert substances and convert into suitable form of administered known as dosage form.
Okay, define drug. Drug. Define drug.
Definition सांगू?
Define drug. Okay, definition of drug. Definition of syrup.
Syrup, ma'am.
Roll number 14.
Yes, ma'am.
Tell the factor which influence the dermal penetration of drug. Any 2 factors.
कोण मॅडम क्वेश्चन रिपीट करा.
Factor influencing dermal penetration of drug. Tell me 2 factor which influencing the dermal penetration of drug. Types of the ointment. Types of the emulsion.
Emulsion चे biphasic.
Types.
Oil in water and water in oil.
Okay, in oil in water, which is the continuous phase?
Oil in water मध्ये water.
Define dosage form.
when drugs are combined with other inert substance and convert into suitable form of administration is known as dosage form.
Define linctus.
Define
Linctus. Roll number 15.
Yes, ma'am.
Tell me the which are the bases are used in the ointment.
Oily base.
Name of the ointment base. Define ointment.
Ointment, it is a semi-solid liquid dosage form which is used for external use and with or without medication with fatty ointment base used.
What is the difference between flocculated suspension and deflocculated suspension?
हॅलो मॅम आवाज येत नाही.
What is the difference between flocculated suspension and deflocculated suspension? Define suspension. Roll number 16.
Yes, ma'am.
16. Roll number 16. Define drug.
Drug, any substance other than food that is used to prevent, diagnose, treat or relieve penetration symptoms of disease, abnormal condition is called as drug.
Define dosage form.
मॅम आवाज येत नाही.
Define dosage form. आवाज येतोय का? Define dosage form.
नाही मॅडम.
Define emulsion. Roll number 17.
Yes, ma'am.
Roll number 17.
Hi, yes, ma'am.
Define cream.
Kai, ma'am?
Cream. Define cream.
Cream.
Define cream.
Define cream का? आवाज मॅडम कट होतोय तुमचा.
Define cream.
Cream. Cream are semi-solid doses from containing more than 20% of water or volatile components and typically less than 50% of hydrocarbons. Waxes or polar-size vehicles.
What is the difference between flocculated and deflocculated suspension?
Flocculated and deflocculated. Flocculated चे मॅडम सांगते आधी मग deflocculated चे सांगते. particles from loose aggregates as a form network-like structure. Rate of sedimentation is high and sediment is rapidly formed. And deflocculated particles exist as separate entities. Rate of sedimentation is slow and sediment is slowly formed. And
Roll number 18.
Yes, ma'am.
Define suppository.
Suppositories are the semi-solid dosage form in which intended into the insertion of body cavity or orifice and melt into the dissolved in the melting to the
Which are the bases used in the preparation of ointment?
greasy bases, insoluble water,
Which are the base used for the preparation of ointment? Ointment base.
ointment base.
Base.
Ma'am, type का त्याचं? Type का medicated, non-medicated?
Ointment base ची नाव सांगा.
Ointment base.
Define suspension.
Suspension is a biphasic liquid dosage form in which size particle from 0.5 to 5 micron.
Is it correct? Only it is a biphasic liquid dosage form and their particle size.
0.5 to 5 micron.
What is the difference between immersion and suspension?
In suspension, there are two phase, solid and liquid. They are insoluble, and in emulsion, there are two phases, liquid in liquid.
Roll number 19.
Yes, madam.
Camera open करा. Define pharmaceutical incompatibility.
No.
Define capsule. Define capsule.
Capsules are packed in sheet which is made by
Define tablet. Define dosage form.
Dosage forms. When inert substances are mixed, when drugs are mixed with inert substances which are makes easy to administration is called dosage.
Called what?
Hello, madam.
Any example of dosage form?
Dosage. Tablets, capsules.
Which are the three main class of the dosage form? Four class of the dosage form.
Liquid, solids and semi-solids.
Another one remaining is
Liquid, solids and
gaseous dosage form. It is an example of the dosage form.
तुमचा आवाजही नाही.
Roll number 20.
Yes, ma'am.
Define suppository.
Suppositories are semi-solid. Suppositories are semi-solid bases which are used for internal application for body cavities or orifice. They melt or dissolved.
They are intended
intended in body cavities or
Which are the body
orifices.
cavities?
Vaginal, rectum.
Define cream.
Creams are semi-solid preparations.
Define cream.
Creams are semi-solid preparations which contain oily water.
Hello.
Yes, ma'am.
Define suspension.
Suspension is biphasic liquid dosage form in which solid particles are suspended within range of 5,000 micron to 5 micron. Suspension is solid in liquid. They are insoluble in each other.
Roll number 21. Define suppository.
Suppository are semi-solid liquid dosage form intended for secretion of vagina, urethra,
Is semi-solid liquid
rectum.
dosage form.
Semi-solid dosage form liquid नाही.
सांगा पुढे.
Semi-solid dosage intended for
आवाज नाही.
dissolved in inert localized part.
Which are the factors which influence the dermal penetration of drug? Factor which influence the dermal penetration of drug. बघून सांगताय का?
नाही.
कॅमेरा असं पुढे समोर धरा. सांगा. Which are the factors which influence the dermal penetration of drug? Define ointment.
Ointment are semi-solid doses from preparation of applied in skin and used skin, ear and mucous membrane. Used medicinal moisture.
What is the difference between suspension and emulsion? मेन डिफरन्स काय आहे सस्पेन्शन आणि इमल्शन मध्ये?
सस्पेन्शन मध्ये त्याचे पार्टिकल फाईनली डिवाइड होतात 0.5 to 5 micron.
This is the main difference between suspension and emulsion. It is biphasic or liquid, biphasic or monophasic?
Suspension
And emulsion?
Emulsion biphasic.
Both are biphasic or monophasic?
Biphasic.
What is the main difference between suspension and emulsion? Okay, roll number 22.
Yes, ma'am.
What is the main difference between suspension and emulsion?
Suspension. In this suspension, solid particles are dispersed in any medium, solid, gas, or liquid, and emulsion is a both dispersed phase and dispersed medium are liquid.
Which are the factors which influence the dermal penetration of drug? Any two factors.
Stratum and corneum.
Factors.
Ma'am, no answer is. Answer is no, ma'am. 6 minutes. नहीं. Epidermis and dermis.
Question समजलाय का तुम्हाला?
Question समजलं मॅम पण त्याचं आन्सर माहित नाही असं.
क्वेश्चन हा आहे की इपिडर्मिसचं जे काही पेनिट्रेशन होतं त्याच्यावर कोणकोणते फॅक्टर्स अफेक्ट करतात? फॅक्टर्स which influence the dermal penetration of drug.
Passive diffusion.
Which are the two factors?
मॅम आन्सर येत नाही आहे.
Ointment.
Define ointment. Ointment is a semi-solid preparation intended for the insertion applied to the skin or mucous membrane.
Define syrup.
Syrup is a nearly saturated aqueous solution of sugar which
define syrup.
Syrup na ma'am.
Syrup.
Syrup is a nearly aqueous solution of saturated nearly aqueous solution of sugar which sucrose nearly aqueous solution of sugar which sucrose contains 66.67% W by W, and according to the USP 85% of weight by W by V. Hello ma'am.
Define emulsion.
Emulsion is a biphasic liquid dosage form. Two immiscible liquids are made of miscible by adding emulsifying agent.
Okay, roll number 23.
Yes, ma'am.
Roll number 23.
Yes, ma'am.
Number 23.
Yes, ma'am.
Roll number 23.
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am. मॅम आवाज येत नाही.
Define suppository.
Ma'am, suppository are semi-solid dosage form intended for incantation into body cavity or orifices where they are melt or dissolve.
Define emulsion.
Emulsion is a biphasic liquid dosage for in which two miscible two immiscible liquids are miscible. Emulsifying agent known as emulsion.
Okay. Define drug.
Drug. Active pharmaceutical ingredients in the part of any drug producing effects.
This is the definition of drug.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, roll number 24.
Yes, ma'am.
Define pharmaceutical incompatibility.
Pharmaceutical incompatibility.
Any two advantages of solid dosage form.
This is for drug.
Advantages of solid dosage form. आवाज येतोय ना माझा?
Yes, ma'am.
हा. Define dosage form.
When drugs are combined with other inert substances and convert into suitable form of the administration known as dosage form.
Define emulsion.
Emulsion. An emulsion is a mixture of two or more liquids liquids that are normally immiscible
After that, miscible or immiscible?
Immiscible.
For
Immiscible,
miscible, which agent is used? Roll number 25.
Yes, ma'am.
Give the any two disadvantages of semi-solid dosage form.
difficult to transport, and they are because they have bulky.
Okay. And second is second disadvantages.
Difficulty in handling,
Bulky in nature and difficult for handling. It is in same. Okay. One disadvantages. Another disadvantages is define suspension.
Suspension is biphasic liquidosis form in which solid particles are suspended with a range of 0.5 to 5 micron.
Define tablet.
Tablet is a solid unit dosage form which is prepared by molding and compression method.
Define capsule.
Capsule is a solid unit dosage form which is encapsulated with a gelatin cell. They have two types, hard gelatin and soft gelatin capsule.
Okay. Roll number 26.
Yes, ma'am.
Define powder.
Powder is a bulk unit dosage form. Bulk unit dosage form, which is a one or more active ingredient used to internal use.
Define suppository.
Suppositories are semi-solid dosage form, which is an insertion of body cavities, that is rectal, vaginal, and urethral.
Vaginal suppository has another name.
Pessaries.
What is the difference between suspension and emulsion?
Suspension is solid in liquid, insoluble, and emulsion is liquid in liquid, liquid in liquid dispersion, immiscible.
Roll number 27.
Yes, ma'am.
Camera open ठेवा madam. Define paste.
हॅलो मॅडम, तुमचा आवाज येत नाहीये.
Define paste.
पेस्ट एक मिनिट मॅडम. Paste are semi-solid preparation intended for application to the skin, and they generally contain a larger proportion of solid material than ointment.
Which are the ointment base?
Ointment base. ते नाही आहेत मॅडम.
Define tablet.
Tablet are solid unit dosage form, and tablet is solid unit dosage form which is prepared by compression or molding method. And example, paracetamol tablet.
Roll number 28.
Yes, ma'am.
What is the difference between flocculated suspension and deflocculated suspension?
Flocculated is the sedimentation rapidly, and deflocculated is the slowly. And flocculated sedimentation is high, and deflocculated is sedimentation low.
Define ointment.
Ointment are the semi-solid preparation intended for external application of the skin or mucous membrane.
Define suppository.
Define suppositories. Suppositories are the semi-solid dosage form intended for insertion into body cavities or body cavity.
Okay. Roll number 29.
Yes, ma'am.
Define dosage form.
When drug is combined with intended active pharmaceutical ingredient to no, nice.
Kai definition.
When drug is combined with active pharmaceutical ingredient is combined to
Define emulsion.
emulsion is a biphasic liquid dosage form.
Roll number 30. Define drug.
Drug is the active pharmaceutical ingredient which shows it's a pharmaceutical or therapeutic action in the particular part of the human body.
Any two advantages of liquid dosage form.
Liquid dosage form are convenient for administration of the all age groups, and they are liquid dosage form are
Two advantages. Another advantage is
1 minute, ma'am.
hello.
Yes, ma'am.
Define suppository.
Suppositories are the semi-solid preparations which are intended for the insertion into the body cavities or orifices of the bodies like the urethra, vagina, rectum.
Roll number 31.
Yes, madam.
Define dosage form.
Dosage form are pharmaceutical drug products in the form of in which they are marketed for use with specific mixture of active ingredients and active component in a particular configuration and apportionated into a
Madam, तुमचा camera open करा.
Sorry, ma'am.
सांगा आता.
Dosage
कॅमेरा ओपन करून सांगायचंय.
ओपनच आहे मॅडम कॅमेरा.
हा. Dosage formची definition.
Form are dosage form are meant by which drug molecules are delivered to site of action within the body, or dosage form are pharmaceutical drug product in the form in which they marketed for use with a
तुम्ही जेव्हा
space.
आन्सर सांगताय तेव्हा तुमचा कॅमेरा ओपन पाहिजे.
ओपनच आहे मॅडम.
मग तो बंद कसं काय होतोय?
काय माहिती, ओपनच आहे.
डिफाइन ऑइंटमेंट.
Ointment are preparation for external use intended for application to the skin.
Roll number 32.
Thank you, madam.
Roll number 32.
Yes, teacher.
Define ointment.
Ointment is a semi-solid liquid dosage form, semi-solid preparation in which it is applied over the skin, and it is a semi-solid preparation. Sorry, ma'am. It is a semi-solid preparation, and it is applied for external application on the skin or all the mucous membrane at all.
Which are the factors which influence the dermal penetration of drug?
Sorry, what?
Factor which influence the dermal penetration of drug. Any 2 or 3 factors?
Dermal factor, rectal, vaginal, no, madam.
These are the not factors.
Sorry. Next question. Define.
Tablet.
Tablet is a solid unit dosage form in which it is prepared by the active pharmaceutical ingredient and in the compression or molding method. Example, any tablet like paracetamol at all.
What is the difference between flocculated suspension and deflocculated suspension?
Flocculated suspension forms cake, and in deflocculated suspension it does not form cake. And second one, rate of sedimentation is in the flocculated suspension is high, and in the deflocculated suspension the rate of sedimentation is low.
Roll number 33.
Ma'am.
Define
Emulsion is a dosage form in which two liquids, immiscible liquids, convert into is made up of miscible by using the emulsifying agent. Is called the emulsion.
Define drug.
Drug. Drug is a active pharmaceutical ingredient.
Next. Roll number 34. Define cream. Roll number 34. 33. तुम्ही कॅमेरा ऑफ करा आता. Roll number 34. Priyanka Katkar. Define cream. Hello. तुमचा माइक अनम्यूट करा. Define cream. Define drug.
Drug is a active pharmaceutical ingredient.
Define dosage form.
When drugs are combined with the inert substance into the suitable form of administration is known as dosage form.
Define tablet.
Tablet is a solid dosage form, is prepared to
बघून सांगा.
is prepared to
Roll number 35.
Yes, ma'am.
Define suppository.
Suppository are semi-solid dosage form. Suppositories are dosage form intended for infection into body cavities are orificated where they melt and dissolve or exert lizard or systemic effect.
Define drug.
Drug. Drugs may be agent. Drugs are defined may be agent.
Maybe. Definition मध्ये मे बी असतं का?
Sorry ma'am, नाही येते ते.
Define tablet.
Tablet. Tablet is a solid unit dosage form which is prepared by compression or molding method. Example, paracetamol tablet.
Roll number 36.
Yes, ma'am.
Define dosage form.
When drugs are combined with other inert substance and convert into suitable form is known as dosage form. Hello ma'am, आवाज येत नाहीये.
Define suppository.
Suppository are solid dosage form used for insertion into body cavity where they melt or dissolve and exert localized effect.
Roll number 37.
Yes, ma'am.
Give any two advantages of solid dosage form.
Solid dosage form is convenient for the. It is a stable dosage form. It is convenient for handle and transport. It does not require any special storage. Etc.
Define suppository.
Suppositories are the semi-solid dosage form intended for the insertion into body cavities, such as nose, ear, vagina, rectum.
Roll number 38.
Present, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Define jail.
Madam, काय?
Define jail. Jail.
Jail is typically used as response to hearing positive news of college.
बघून सांगताय का?
नाही मॅडम.
कॅमेरा टर्न करा बर. Define emulsion.
Emulsion is the mixture of two or more liquids of normally immiscible.
Hello.
Yes, ma'am.
Define drug.
Drug is the
Roll number 39.
Yes, ma'am.
39.
Yes, ma'am.
कॅमेरा ओपन करा.
मॅम माझा कॅमेरा ओपन होत नाही.
कसं काय होत नाही?
काल पेच्या वेळेस बी झालं नव्हतं, ओपन होत नाही कॅमेरा. पेच्या वायवाला बी ओपन झालं नव्हतं, होत नाही.
कसं काय सर होत नाही? बरं ठीक आहे. What is the difference between flocculated suspension and deflocculated suspension? Difference between flocculated suspension and deflocculated suspension.
Flocculated suspension, rate of sedimentation of high, rate of sedimentation of low. Sediment is rapidly formed, sediment is slowly formed.
Define dosage form. Hello.
Hello.
Define dosage form.
नाही येत ना.
Define emulsion.
Emulsion is a mixture of two or more liquids that are normally immiscible.
Then this is the proper definition of emulsion.
No.
Tell me the definition, proper definition of emulsion. ओके ठीक आहे, तुम्हाला कोणती डेफिनेशन ते सांगा.
Hello.
हा कोणती डेफिनेशन आहे ते सांगा.
Ointment
सांगा.
Semi-solid dosage form is external use containing with or without medicaments with suitable ointment base.
Dosage form ची डेफिनेशन येत नाही. Definition of dosage form. Okay, ठीक है. Roll number 40.
Yes, ma'am.
Definition of gel. Define gel.
They are a semi-solid system consist
बघून सांगा.
dispersion of small.
हा बघून सांगा, सांगा बघू. कॅमेऱ्यात बघून न इकडे तिकडे बघता डेफिनेशन तुम्हाला सांगता येईल का? डिफाईन जेल. हा कॅमेराच ऑफ.
They are semi-solid. They are semi-solid. Consist dispersion of small or
Define dosage form. Roll number 41.
Yes, ma'am.
Define dosage form.
Dosage form when drugs are combined with other inert substance are converted into suitable form of administration known as dosage form.
Define tablet.
Tablet is unit that tablet is dosage form which is prepared by compression of molding method.
Okay. Define emulsion.
Emulsion is the biphasic liquid dosage form in which two immiscible liquid are made miscible by adding emulsifying agent.
Roll number 42.
Yes, ma'am.
Suppository.
Huh?
Define suppository.
Suppository are forming solid or semi-solid dosage form intended for insertion into body body cavities where they melt soften or dissolve and exert localized or systematic effects.
Roll number 43.
Yes, ma'am.
Define cream.
Cream.
Define cream.
Ma'am, cream.
Okay. Define dosage form.
When drugs are combined with inert substances and convert into the suitable form of administration is called dosage form.
Define drug.
Of active pharmaceutical ingredient is the part of any drug that produce effect.
Roll number 44. Roll number 44.
Yes, ma'am.
Define suspension.
Suspension is a biphasic liquid dosage form contain in which solid particles ranges 0.5 to 5 micron.
Which are the main types of the emulsion?
Oil in water emulsion and water in oil emulsion.
in water in oil emulsion, which is the dispersion phase.
Water.
Water in oil emulsion, which is the dispersion phase.
Oil.
Dispersion phase विचारले.
Water, madam, water.
And dispersion media.
Oil.
Roll number 45.
Yes, ma'am.
मॅडम तुमचा कॅमेरा ओपन करा. Define suppository.
Suppository is a नाही येत मॅम.
Define ointment.
Ointment is semi-solid dosage form. Semi-solid dosage form is for a semi-solid dosage form is for external use. External use containing with or without
Define dosage form.
मॅम मी semi-solid dosage form ची सांगू.
सांगा.
Semi-solid dosage form. Semi-solid dosage form is topical dosage for used for the therapeutic protection and cosmetics. It may be applied skin, rectal cavity, nasal cavity.
Roll number 46.
Yes, ma'am.
Define tablet.
Yes, ma'am.
Define tablet.
Tablet is a unique solid dosage form. Unique solid dosage form which is prepared by compression of molding method.
Define suspension.
Suspension is a biphasic liquid dosage form in which solid particles are suspended with a range of 0.5 to 5 micron.
Define dosage form.
Dosage form is dosage form is a suitable form. Dosage form are suitable formulation. Dosage form are combined with the substance are converted suitable forms of administration.
Roll number 47.
Yes, ma'am.
47.
Yes, ma'am.
Give any two advantages of liquid dosage form.
Liquid dosage form, madam.
Advantages of liquid dosage form.
Liquid dosage form are easy to carry.
Easy to carry. This is the advantages.
Means for taking.
Define drug.
Drug is a active pharmaceutical ingredients. Definition. Drug definition. A chemical compound with pharmacological effect. Intended for diagnosis, treatment, or prevention of diseases.
Roll number 48.
Yes, ma'am.
Define gel.
Gel is the semi-solid system consisting of dispersion of small or large molecule in a aqueous liquid. Adding gelling agent called as gel.
Which are the ointment base?
Ointment base. Ointment base is preservative, antioxidant, gelating agent, perfumes.
These are the bases. Define dosage form.
Dosage form is when drugs combined with other inert substances.
बघून सांगताय तुम्ही?
नाही मॅम.
ओके, ठीक आहे. सांगा डोसेज फॉर्मची डेफिनेशन.
Dosage form is combined with other inert substances and suitable from administration, known as dosage form.
Roll number 49.
Yes, ma'am.
Define paste.
Paste is
Define paste.
paste are semi-solid preparations meant for external application to the skin. They generally contain large amount of finely powdered solids such as starch, zinc oxide, etc.
Define suppository.
Suppositories are semi-solid liquid dosage form intended for
Suppository is semi-solid liquid dosage form.
yes ma'am.
कोणत्या डोसेज फॉर्मचं एक्झाम्पल आहे सपोजिटरी डोसेज फॉर्म?
Semi-solid ma'am.
लिक्विड डोसेज फॉर्म काय म्हणताय?
Semi-solid
सांगा.
suppositories are semi-solid dosage form intended for insertion into body cavities or orifice where they melt or dissolved and localized or
Roll number 50. Hello. Roll number 50. $51. रोल नंबर 51. ओके, जॉईन नाहीत का झाले ते अजून? ज्यांची वायवा झालेली आहे त्यांनी लेफ्ट झालं तरी चालेल. सिनॉप्सिस लिहून त्याची पीडीएफ करून हे करा, गुगल क्लासरूमला अटॅच करा. रोल नंबर 51. रोल नंबर 51.
Yes, ma'am.
Define suspension.
Suspension. A pharmaceutical suspension is a course of dispersion in which internal phase consisting of insoluble solid particle having specific range of size.
Define ointment.
Ointment is a homogeneous semi-solid dosage intended for external application to the skin or mucous membrane.
Roll number 52.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Define suppository.
Suppositories are semi-solid dosage form of medicament intended for insertion into body cavities where they melt at body temperature and exert local or systemic effect.
So what is the difference between flocculated suspension and deflocculated suspension?
Flocculated suspension consists of aggregates with network-like structure, and deflocculated suspensions have aggregates with separate entities. In flocculated suspension, the sedimentation rate is high, and in deflocculated, the sedimentation rate is low. And on shaking, the flocculated suspension, the aggregates present in flocculated suspension get redispersed easily when they are shaked, and in deflocculated system, they do not get redispersed easily on shaking.
Roll number 53. Roll number 53. Absent. $54.
Yes, ma'am. Present, ma'am.
Roll number 54, na?
Present. Yes, ma'am.
Define dosage form.
Dosage form. When the drug are combined with other inert substance and suitable form administration are known as dosage form.
Define emulsion.
Emulsion are the biphasic liquid dosage form in which two immiscible liquid are made by miscible by using emulsifying agent are known as emulsion.
Define suspension.
Suspension are the biphasic liquid dosage form in which particles are suspended with the range of 0.5 to 5 micron.
Okay. Roll number 55.
Yes, ma'am. Good afternoon, ma'am.
Good afternoon. Define cream.
Cream is a semi-solid liquid dosage form. Cream is a semi-solid liquid dosage form in which ma'am.
Define dosage form.
When drugs are combined with active pharmaceutical ingredients into and converted into suitable form of administration. Example: solid dosage form, liquid dosage form.
Define suspension.
Suspension is monophasic liquid dosage form in which
Roll number 53. 53. Present. Roll number 53.
Yes, ma'am.
मॅडम तुमचा कॅमेरा ओपन करा. Define ointment.
Ointment is a मॅम ते येत नाही आहे दुसरं.
Define suspension.
Suspension is this
Define paste.
Paste is a semi-solid preparation intended for application to the skin. They are generally contain a large proportion of a solid material. Then ointment of
Okay, 56. Roll number 56. Roll number 56. Absent. 56. 56 absent है क्या? कल होता है present. Absent. 57.
Yes, ma'am.
Define dosage form.
Dosage forms are combined with other inert substances and convert into suitable form of administration known as a dosage form.
Hello. Define
Yes, ma'am.
ointment.
Ointments are a semi-solid dosage form for and clinical and ma'am है ना ये
Roll number 58.
Yes, ma'am. Hello, ma'am.
Hello. Define ointment.
Ointment is a semi-solid preparation intended for the external application to the skin or the mucous membrane.
Okay. Define tablet.
Tablet is a solid unit dosage form which is prepared by the compression or the molding method. Example, paracetamol tablet.
Okay. Define emulsion.
Emulsion is a biphasic liquid dosage forms in which two immiscibles are made miscible by adding emulsifying agent. Example, butter or milk.
Roll number 59. Define drug.
Chemical compounds with the pharmacological intense from used usually in used in diagnosis.
Define one. Define suppository. Define suppository.
Semi-solid dosage form of insertion into body cavity.
Roll number 60.
Hello, ma'am.
Hello.
आवाज येतोय मॅम?
आवाज येतोय पण तुम्ही दिसत नाही. कॅमेरा ओपन आहे का?
Yes, ma'am.
Define pharmaceutical incompatibility.
Yes, ma'am.
Hello. Hello.
Hello.
Roll number 60.
Hi, yes, ma'am.
Hello.
आवाज येत नाही का मॅम?
हा बोला.
मॅम क्वेश्चन रिपीट करा.
Define pharmaceutical incompatibility.
ते नाही येत मॅम.
Define pest.
Pest is a semi-solid dosage form in which solid portion is larger.
Define tablet.
Tablet is a unit dosage form which is prepared by molding method.
Tablet is What?
Unit solid dosage form.
Define dosage form.
Dosage form in which drugs are combined with other inert substances to form a suitable form for administration is known as dosage form.
Roll number 61.
Yes, ma'am.
Camera open ठेवा. 61.
Yes, ma'am.
Camera open करा मॅडम.
Oh. Oh, hello, ma'am. Hello, ma'am.
नाही मॅडम तुम्ही. Hello.
हाँ ma'am.
Define paste.
Paste is semi-solid or prepared in tinder for applicable to the skin. Ma'am, paste येत नाही.
कशाचे येते मग?
Emulsion चे सांगू?
हाँ.
Emulsion is biphasic liquid dosage from in which two immiscible liquids are made immiscible by adding emulsifying agent.
What is the difference between immersion and suspension?
नाही येत मॅम.
Roll number 62.
Present, ma'am. Hello, ma'am.
What is the difference between flocculated suspension and deflocculated suspension?
Particles are flocculated. In flocculated, rate of sedimentation is high. In reduce sediment of redisperse is नाही मला आठवत नाही.
Define suspension.
Suspension is the biphasical liquid dosage form in which solid particles are suspended in which range of 0.5 to 5 microns.
Define pharmaceutical incompatibility.
When two or more drugs are combined together, the undesired change that may take place in physical, chemical, and therapeutics of that medicament drug.
Roll number 63.
Yes, ma'am.
Any two advantages of semi-solid dosage form. Advantages of semi-solid dosage form. Hello. 63. तुमचा माइक अनम्यूट आहे. म्यूट आहे, अनम्यूट करा.
It is easy to divide into parts. They are easy for packaging transport, and it does it
Semi-solid doses is
Third.
easy to packaging.
easy to package.
Easily असतं ते.
Yes, ma'am.
Define dosage form.
Doses when drugs are combined with other substance and convert into a suitable form of administration cannot as dosage form. Example, solid, liquid, and semi-solid.
Active ingredient is combined with which type of substance?
काय मॅम?
डोसेस फॉर्मच्या डेफिनेशन मध्ये जेव्हा तुम्ही ऍक्टिव्ह इन्ग्रेडियंट कंबाईन करता दुसऱ्या सबस्टन्स, तर तो सबस्टन्स कसा पाहिजे? Define ointment.
Solid and liquid.
Inert madam. Inert.
Ointment.
Ointment ची definition.
Are semi-solid preparation intent for external application of the skin.
64.
Yes, ma'am.
Define pharmaceutical incompatibility.
When drugs are combined with when two or more ingredients are combined with undesirable changes to undesirable changes to form chemical therapeutic properties of medicament is known as
What?
Incompatibility.
Pharmaceutical incompatibility.
Sorry, pharmaceutical incompatibility.
Define tablet.
Tablets are unit solid doses, unit solid, which are prepared by compression or molding method. Example, paracetamol tablet. Capsules are unit solid dosage form, which are formulated by gelatin cells. त्याचे दोन टाइप आहेत, हार्ड जिलेटिन आणि सॉफ्ट जिलेटिन.
It is formulated by gelatin sheet. It is that active ingredient is enclosed in.
Yes, ma'am. Enclosed in gelatin cell.
Okay, two types of gelatin sheets, which are
hard gelatin and soft gelatin.
Okay, good. 65.
Yes, ma'am.
Define capsule.
काय मॅम कशाची विचारली?
Define capsule.
Capsule is solid unit dosage form in which drug is encapsulated within gelatin shell.
Okay. Define suspension.
Ma'am, define suspension na? Suspension is biphasic liquid dosage form in which solid particles are suspended within range of 0.5 to 5 micron.
Okay. Tell me the ointment base. Name of the ointment base.
Ointment base, water immiscible, water absorption, and olanophages.
Good. Roll number 66.
Yes, ma'am.
Define drug. Define drug.
The active pharmaceutical ingredient which produces which are used for treatment of disease. Hello.
Then define emulsion.
Emulsion is a biphasic liquid dosage form in which two liquids are made miscible by adding emulsifying agent.
Which are the types of emulsifying agent? Emulsion.
Water in oil and oil in water.
Okay. In oil in water, which is the continuous phase?
Water.
Okay. Roll number 67.
Yes, ma'am.
Define pharmaceutical incompatibility.
When two or more ingredients are precipitated together, then the undesirable changes may be occur, called as pharmaceutical incompatibilities.
Define tablet.
Tablet is a unit dosage form intended for oral administration.
This is the definition of tablet.
1 minute, ma'am. Tablet is a unit form enclosed in a माहित नाही, ma'am.
Define capsule.
Capsule is a unit solid dosage form in which active drug is enclosed in gelatin sheet.
Which are the gelatin sheets?
Smooth gelatin sheet and hard. Soft and hard. Soft and hard.
Roll number 68. Roll number 68. Mayur Zamre. Roll number 68. Roll number 69.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Define pharmaceutical incompatibility.
It is defined as when two or more ingredients are mixed together. Hello, ma'am.
Hello.
When two or more ingredients are mixed together, undesirable changes are undesirable changes that.
Okay. Define suspension. Define suspension.
A coarse dispersion containing finely divided insoluble material suspended in liquid medium.
Okay. Roll number 68. दुसऱ्या मोबाईल वरून देताय का तुम्ही वावा? मयूर झांबरे. हॅलो. रोल नंबर 56. होते का आता अनम्यूट? हॅलो. academic activity म्हणजे
हेलो मैम. हेलो. हेलो मैम.
68.
हाँ हेलो.
कॅमेरा अनम्यूट होतोय का? ओपन होतोय का कॅमेरा?
आधार.
हाँ. Define ointment.
Ointment is a liquid form. मैम मेथ नहीं ointment.
Define
Ointment is dosage form when drugs are combined with other substance to and convert it suitable form for administration.
Define emulsion.
Emulsion is a mixture of two or more liquids. They are immiscible in nature.
Okay. Roll number 56.
नाही येतो मॅम.